Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, there was a wise ruler named King Edward who had three trusted ministers: Minister Alistair, Minister Benjamin, and Minister Charles. However, over time, the king began to notice that one of the ministers was dishonest with money and lacked dedication in his work. The challenge was that the king couldn't figure out which of the three ministers was untrustworthy. To uncover the truth, King Edward devised a clever plan. Without revealing his intentions, he handed each minister a bag and said, "You will all be taken to different dense forests. Your mission is to fill these bags with the finest fruits you can find. You will have only one day to complete the task." Minister Alistair was diligent and hardworking. He searched the forest thoroughly, collecting a variety of fresh and high-quality fruits to fill his bag. It required great effort, but he performed the task with dedication, ensuring he gathered only the best. Minister Benjamin, who was intelligent but not as committed, thought to himself, "The king won't check whether the fruits I collect are good or bad, so why should I exert myself?" He simply picked up whatever fruits he found lying on the ground without examining their condition. Most of the fruits were rotten and spoiled. Minister Charles, who was both lazy and deceitful, came up with an entirely different approach. He thought, "The king will only care about the size and weight of the bag, not its contents. So why bother gathering fruits?" Instead of searching for fruits, he filled his bag with dry leaves and stones. At the end of the day, all three ministers returned to the palace with their bags. King Edward didn't open or inspect the bags right away. Instead, he instructed his guards to imprison all three ministers for 30 days, with no food provided to them. They would have to rely on the contents of their bags for survival. Minister Alistair, who had gathered fresh and delicious fruits, spent the 30 days in comfort, enjoying the fruits he had carefully collected through hard work. Minister Benjamin, who had gathered spoiled and rotten fruits, found himself struggling. He had no choice but to eat the bad fruits to stay alive, and soon fell ill. Within a few days, he couldn't last the full 30 days. Minister Charles, who had filled his bag with dry leaves and stones, had nothing to eat. He perished from hunger in the prison. Before his death, he deeply regretted his laziness and dishonesty. Laziness and dishonesty might seem like shortcuts to an easier life in the short term, but in the long run, they only lead to regret. Hard work and honesty always bear fruit in the end. Many people wish they had put in more effort when they had the chance. This story teaches us that our choices today have a direct impact on our future. Hard work and honesty bring lasting rewards, while laziness and dishonesty lead to failure and regret. Just as Minister Alistair's hard work allowed him to live comfortably, our consistent efforts in life prepare us for future challenges. On the other hand, shortcuts and carelessness may seem tempting, but they often lead to poor outcomes, as seen in the fates of Ministers Benjamin and Charles. So always strive to do your best, remain truthful, and avoid laziness. What you do today shapes your future.